Hello there. My name is Amanda Swafford, and I'm a Libertarian candidate running for United States Senate. I'll be one of the choices on your ballot this November in the general election. I know you may not be that familiar with the Libertarian Party, but we ran our first presidential ticket in 1972. As America's largest third party, we have a rich history of being involved in politics in a substantial way. Even right here in Georgia, we've already run 2 statewide campaigns that have amassed 1 million votes each. In 1972, the Libertarian Party ran its first presidential ticket, and it included a female as our vice presidential candidate. Presidential politics is always an important part of being involved in our system, and that's how I got my start. I remember as early as 1984, following the presidential campaign of Walter Mondale and Ronald Reagan, and listening to the ideas that Ronald Reagan espoused, liberty ideas such as freedom of choice and individualism. But as I got older and the more I got involved in politics, I listened to other candidates talk about the same ideas time and time again, and these same candidates would just get reelected after talking about and promising the same ideas over and over and over again. It became clear to me that we needed a new direction for our country. The federal government's erroneous regulations have had a substantial impact on my family and myself. My grandfather was a budding entrepreneur who started his own manufacturing business right here in my community. But due to the NAFTA regulations in the early 90s, it essentially set up a situation where he could not compete with the other countries because of regulations that the federal government imposed on him. When I was 10 years old, my grandfather started a bank in our local community, and I wanted to be a part of that. So I saved $500 to purchase the first certificate of deposit at that bank. And you have to wonder, with the 2008 banking regulations that came down as part of the financial collapse, if we're going to reach a point that there's going to be prohibitions on what children can participate in our banking communities. Are we going to get to the point where children can't even open checking accounts at a certain age? We certainly have the situation now with federal regulations that they're telling us how many withdrawals we can make from our savings account in a given period of time. It's these knee-jerk reactionary laws every time that seems to disserve the interest of the individual. Thank you for taking the time to learn about my candidacy for the United States Senate. I hope you will consider voting Libertarian this November. Visit my website at amandaswafford.net to learn more about the issues and where I stand on the things that matter to you in selecting a candidate for United States Senate. We are always looking for more volunteers to assist us in this effort to spread the ideas of liberty and individual choice in this race. It is really time that we get serious about electing a candidate to the United States Senate who understands the power and responsibility of the individual instead of the power and responsibility of the federal government. I'm Amanda Swafford, and I approve this message.